The following events were recorded as they happened at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. In this episode of Little Miracles, mapping Sarah's brain and Christopher's fingers. "13-year-old Sarah has epilepsy, which causes her to have debilitating seizures. Medications aren't working. Her only hope for a normal life is to have the parts of her brain which cause the seizures removed. Sarah will have to undergo major brain surgery. Doctors find a brain abnormality, which could be causing the epilepsy. First, the epilepsy team places a large grid of electrodes on the part of Sarah's brain where they think the seizures are coming from. Now Sarah's brain activity and seizures will be monitored and a map of her brain created."
Thanks. You got it? So we're all done and everything went just as planned. We did a large exposure on the right side of the brain. We took out a window of bone and then we opened the dura and placed this large grid on the surface, and that went very fine. So right now she's coming off the table. We'll be going to the intensive care unit and we'll see how she wakes up from the anesthetic. She'll be watched very closely for the first 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay? And they'll connect her up as soon as she gets over there and start monitoring her brain activity, and hopefully she'll start to have seizures in the next day or so.
Okay, Sarah. The operation's all over. Sarah, can you squeeze my hand? Squeeze my hand for me. Great. Can you open your eyes for me? Good. Keep them open. Do your best. Oh, it hurts. Oh, I know, honey. We'll get you something to get your headache better, okay?
Baby Christopher was born with a congenital hand deformity. His parents decide to have his 2 deformed fingers removed. His mother, Catherine, is a nurse at the hospital, on the same ward where Christopher will be admitted.
Little hand that we're gonna get fixed. There's no reason why we're here today. Okay. You wanna head on
Off
over?
to get x-rays.
I'm just gonna put this over top of his fingers.
Okay.
Keep them from moving once he lets go of my finger.
Yeah.
There we go, sweetheart. Let's just get this one down here.
Okay. Just like that?
Yeah. Hi. Hello. It is a very light, isn't it? There we go. Good boy. Yeah.
That was easy.
He's a good guy. He just laid his hand there and there was no trouble at all.
Yeah, no problems. Just another picture.
So my mother takes
Your famous
pictures all
world?
the time.
It's very exciting, isn't it?
This place is fun. This place?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you remember this button from before. So every time Sarah has a seizure, just want you to press it. And they will also record everything. I'm just gonna...
Yeah. What are these lines?
These are her EEG. The same as this.
Same one.
We record everything on video and record everything on computer.
Oh.
So now we just have to wait for her to have a seizure.
Hi, how are ya?
Oh, you're strong. Good for you. Good for you.
Okay, Doctor.
So the fundamental thing that's missing are these two metacarpal bones, the two palm bones on this side of his hand. The two fingers are there for whatever reason, but the bones here haven't developed. That's actually quite unusual because typically when the bones in the palm don't develop, the fingers are missing as well. The good news is that these 3 digits seem to work extremely well, and that's good. I don't think you're going to get anything from these guys, and eventually they're going to come to be a nuisance.
Yeah.
Do you want to just hang tough for a while, or do you want to have them removed?
No,
or what do you think?
no, I'd like you to remove them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a...
Because I'm afraid they're going to get stuck and caught in something and get pulled off, you know.
Sarah? Tired? Okay, Irene's going to be here in a minute, all right? She's going to help us with this. When was her last seizure?
Last seizure is 9 o'clock.
9.
Sarah, when they begin testing, first of all, they're probably going to test your hand. And so I'm going to just hold your hand up so that the TV camera can, if you feel anything or you feel funny and want us to stop, you just tell us, okay? And that swelling's going to start going down later today.
Okay. So Irene, we're just going to do some initial stimulations to define which electrode to use as the reference. Ready? Yeah. You ready, Roy? Okay, stem on.
Have some water. You want some water? She wanted some water.
Okay. So we're looking for the left hand, Irene.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hold onto your left hand and just put it up in front of the camera in case we see any jerking. Okay?
Okay, stem on.
Okay.
Off. Go back to 3 milliamps.
That was just, we stimulated something that moved the muscle in your hand. Pardon?
What's that? Okay, we're 3 milliamps?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to stimulate the same place. So we may cause your hand to jump again, Sarah. Okay, stem on. Off. Okay, back up to 4. Okay, start paying attention to the face as well, Irene.
Okay. So Jeff, all our rooms are single rooms. We have a coach where parents can stay. With day surgery, usually the kids, like for him, he would only come up on a stretcher and not even actually go in a physical bed. We get them for about an hour after surgery, and then they usually go home.
Like I send kids to surgery every single day, and it can't be the same because now, since I've had a baby, now I see these parents and they're teary, and I do feel for them, and I know how you felt. You know, when you would get upset about a kid, and I'd be thinking, you know, I didn't have children at the time, and what a big difference. I actually thought it might be interesting. I don't know whether you can actually view into the surgery from windows. They won't let you.
Not with family members.
Oh, they won't.
And you think you're going to be able to sit there and watch as they excise those digits? I don't think so.
Okay, Irene, hand and face. Okay?
It's quite uncomfortable. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be able to.
We have a lot to do.
Sarah, do you think you can carry on for maybe another half hour? She just...
So what can I do about it?
If we could give her some pain medication, I think that would help. If we could... Shahid, it's been 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Can we give her Tylenol 3 a little early?
So we have to do a lot of language testing.
Okay. Sarah, we're going to ask you to do some naming things right now, like Dr. Kerr told you. She's going to come and see you, okay? I'm going to take this cloth away just for a few minutes. I'm going to get you to counting and say the alphabet.
really need you to try your best for this, and it's not going to last for very long. I know it's a long day and you're not feeling very well. Okay? Ready? Here we go. What's that?
Dalmatian. Spoon.
On.
Circle. Sun. Eggs.
Okay.
Good.
Rest,
You can take a break.
77. This is the way her typical seizure starts out, with a long electrographic seizure coming out of this region. We need to wait until this goes away. Okay, so we're going to take a rest.
What they're seeing there, they're stopping because there's so much electrical activity that they're suspicious that there's a seizure going on, even though she's not complaining about the light.
Sarah, you hear us?
Elizabeth, see if she can talk to you.
Yeah. You want to keep talking to me? How are you feeling? Tell me how you're feeling.
There she goes.
Yeah. Okay. Sarah, can you hear me? What's my name? Yeah, Irene. She said. Sweetheart, you just had quite a hefty seizure there. Okay, but it's all gone now.
She'll be sleepy from having the seizure, and we gave her medicine to stop it. So,
Sarah, I think we're just going to do a tiny bit more testing to get this all finished, and then everything will be done so we can get this thing off your head. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sarah? Sarah? Yeah. You understand. Okay, you're feeling kind of dozy?
Sarah, are you with me? Are you awake? You're not awake? Uh-oh. Can we wake you up?
last one.
Okay, last time. We're going to count. Ready? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay. Good for you, Sarah.
Disconnect?
We can disconnect, yeah. You did great, Sarah. So we got all the information we needed from this, okay? So we'll analyze all these data and we'll sit down with you all tomorrow afternoon, probably sometime after 4, and discuss what our recommendations are going to be.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put her back on all her medicines. We're going to treat seizures vigorously, and we're going to disconnect her.
So what we're doing is removing these 2 little fingers that don't work.
Yeah, we're ready.
Good. I think they're almost ready. So
Okay.
see you soon.
Thank you.
Come on, cutie. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay. Here's your bear. And Dad, could you just get that door
Yep.
for me? That would be great. Okay.
See you soon.
Okay, we'll take care of him.
Thanks.
Okay.
It's in good hands, though. It's in very good hands.
So what you see here is the results of Dr. Atsubo's analysis of about 20 seizures and mapping that I did on Wednesday morning. So basically, this is the part of the brain that controls motor movement. This is the part of the brain that controls sensation. This is the part of the brain I told you when she had the grid in it didn't look normal, but there's nothing coming from there. And this is where the seizures are coming from. So what we propose to do is take the temporal lobe and most of the occipital lobe.
Yeah, she already has damage to that area based on her neuropsychological assessment, so I don't think we'll make matters a lot worse for her. But the one thing that you must know if you decide to go ahead with this with Sarah is the occipital lobe controls vision, and specifically peripheral vision, so that taking this part of the occipital lobe will leave her with inability to see things off to the left side, not centrally but off to the left side, so that visual fields or peripheral vision will be impaired. permanently. It won't come back. But in my opinion, it's a relatively minor issue because central vision is still intact. To be able to see a classroom board, to be able to read a book and carry on life as pretty much normal is virtually guaranteed. But taking part in very active sports and perhaps even driving a car would be a problem in the future because you need to have peripheral vision to be able to do those things.
But everything's finished tomorrow. The grid comes out tomorrow, the surgery's done tomorrow, and that's the end of it.
When you remove this part, what would happen to that space? What is it?
It'll fill in with fluid. That's how it cushions itself within the skull. And so it will just make extra fluid to fill in the extra space.
Sort of low maintenance, low fuss.
So I know this looks radical, and it is, but this is the strategy that offers her the best chance to stop these seizures. The success rate usually in our hands is around 70%. So, I mean, clearly there are never any guarantees. Even if the surgery works, they may have post-operative seizures.
Give her a chance for a better life, quality life. And give it a try. Give her a chance.
I think this is the best shot. Because we know the medicines don't work.
How's Sarah seeing this? Does she think this is her best chance?
Yeah, she thinks it's the best chance once her seizures go away and she's able to drive a car and get on with her life. Yeah. Normal.
She's talked a lot about driving a car.
Yeah, well, it's something you should know. I can't guarantee that she will be eligible for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to talk to Sarah?
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to her, and if I have more questions, we can answer them for you.
So she's first case?
Yeah, first case, 8 o'clock start tomorrow.
All right.
Everything is fine. He's got a little dressing on, like a mitten on his hand. That you can just leave on and keep it clean and dry for 5 days, and then you can just take it off yourself. You'll see the little stitches there. Should be fine, and he should be able to go back to doing whatever he wants. Should be able to go back to normal.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Thanks a bunch.
Good.
There you go, honey. Okay.
Have a seat right here if you like.
Christopher is doing better than expected, so his parents can now take him home.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Tomorrow we will plan to remove the part of the brain that's causing your seizures. And our strong belief is that by taking away the part of the brain that's causing the seizures, we have a great chance to make you seizure-free. How does that sound?
Okay.
Thumbs up, son. That's great. The one thing, though, when we take away the part of the brain called the occipital part, that will affect your vision off to the side. So it's called peripheral vision. That's likely going to be affected, but there's nothing we can do about that if we want to cure your seizures. And that's, in our view, that's a fairly acceptable and very minor problem if you're going to get rid of your seizures.
So when I'm 16, I could drive a car?
That's a very good question. I can't promise you that you'll be driving a car, but we'll wait for the surgery to settle down and for the eye doctors to check your eyes, and then we'll be able to tell if you have enough vision to be able to drive a car. You will certainly have enough central vision. It's just a question about looking off to the side.
Anything else you wanted to ask, Doctor?
You just want to get over it, did they?
Yeah, it'd be nice to get on with things, get the grid out of there, do the work, and then stop your seizures for you.
Tell Dr. Rutka what's the most important thing you'd like to do when you're seizure-free.
Get rid of my seizure.
Able to
Go
do
on
it.
with my life.
On the next episode of Little Miracles, Cheryl's bone marrow transplant. And Sarah's brain surgery continues.